Hello again, and welcome to another Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. This is issue number 70, and in this episode we are going to be installing the driver's side door. We've got a few pieces to make up the hinge, and we'll actually be attaching that to the exterior car body. First thing we have to do, of course, is open everything up. So first off, I have no idea what this piece is. It was in the package. It's not anywhere in the instructions, and it's not listed in the parts, so yeah, no idea. It's just a black rectangle. Maybe it was supposed to be holding something in place. I have no idea. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to keep it because maybe it's important later and they just didn't mention it. Otherwise, we don't have a lot of parts. We have another hydraulic extension arm. We have a tiny little bracket, which is actually stamped metal. Tiny little bracket to hold that in. And the hinge plate. The hinge plate is interesting because it comes partially assembled, which they have not done on previous parts. I guess other than the other extension arms. So, first thing is we're going to bring in the car door from last episode, upside down, and we need to put this hinge plate over it and over the wire. Okay, so the important thing in all of this, one of the important things, to make sure the wire comes through that little gap in this. Okay, now that we have that there, we are going to secure this plate with 4NM screws. Okay, so we now have this hinge plate with two hinges and a wire routed where we need it. Next thing we're going to do, we'll put a couple of these pieces to the side, and we're bringing in the car body. Because what we need to do here is attach this hydraulic arm so this is going to go right up here. So we got that here. That little bracket is going to go over the end. And that is going to be secured with a QM screw. Okay. So this is now held in place by that little bracket. It's not a super strong bracket, but it should get the job done. Now we are going to fit the cable from the door through the opening here. Somehow we're going to get the flag through too, so we can identify it later. And get the door in place. Now that's not quite right, but I'll get it when I flip it over. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to put two more QM screws to hold those hinges in place. And of course it would help if I had quite gotten the hinges in line. Okay, so that was a bit of a challenge, just keeping everything aligned to do that. The last step, now that that is in, though, is to attach that strut to the door. So now that we're right side up again, we're going to open the door and align that strut. So now we have a door. The door functions in both the closed and the open positions. You can see that strut activating. It's not really holding it up. I don't know if it will get more support or if it's always going to be somewhat heavy. I may have to adjust that strut if that's the case, but that's an easy enough thing to do. For now, we have a driver's side door. So, please consider subscribing. You can click on the cat to do that. You can click on that bell to get notifications when new episodes come out. Generally, we're doing Back to the Future builds on Saturdays and Ecto 1 builds on Wednesdays. You can check out those playlists for any episodes you might have missed. Have a good one, guys.